What's up, guys, and welcome back to the investing journey. And today we're going to look at the dividend snowball effect, or especially we're going to look at the difference if you're reinvesting your dividends or if you just cash them out and put them aside. So that's what we're going to check out today. Therefore, I got this dividend calculator, and we have two scenarios. We have zero money invested. We make a yearly contribution of 100 euros per month, so in total 1,200 euros per year. We have a dividend payout ratio of 3%. We have a dividend growth of 5% per year, and we have a yearly stock growth of also 5% per year. And for the time horizon, we're going to pick 30 years, obviously, because we're always here for the long run, especially dividend investors are for the long run, because our goal, or my main goal, is to live off my dividends in the future. So that's why my time horizon is always long run. So 30 years here. We are not going to take the taxes into the calculation because taxes are very different in every country, so just don't take them into the calculation. And for this scenario, we are not reinvesting our dividends. So let's hit calculate, and as you guys can see, after, like, let's check the first 10 years. After 10 years, we contributed 12,000 euros. We have a yearly dividend of 774 euros, which is not too bad, but of course we can't live off that. So we're going to check the 10 more years. So 2046, we contributed 24,000 euros and got a dividend of, or get a yearly dividend of 3,300 euros, which is obviously much better than 10 years earlier, but still we can't live off 3,000 euros per year. So if you're going back down here to 2055, so we contributed 34,000 euros, we're going to get close to 10,000 euros per month, per year in dividends, which is nice, but obviously we can't live off that. So 1,200 euros per year in investing dividend stocks is not enough to live off the dividends in the next 30 years, obviously. But let's see if it's changing, if you're actually going to reinvest the dividends. So we hit yes, calculate, and as you guys can see here, the money we actually have in our portfolio is much bigger since we reinvesting the dividends. So if you had no, for example, we have 83,000 in our capital, and if you hit yes, we have 362,000 euros. So that's a big difference. And if you scroll down, after 10 years, we contributed the same amount of money, 12,000 euros, and we already have 947 euros in dividends per year that we actually got. And if you go back down there to 10 more years, we invested 24,000 euros, and as you guys can see, we actually have 6,000 euros in yearly dividends, which is much higher than it would have been if we don't reinvest the dividends. And if you go back down there to 2055, we have 37,000 euros in yearly dividend, which is pretty good. Probably not enough to live off it in 2055, but still it's much better than the 10,000 euros in dividends we had if you do not reinvest the dividends. So as you guys can see, if we reinvest dividends, we have close to 38,000 euros in yearly dividend if you reinvest it, and if you don't reinvest it, just change it real quick, we only have like 10,000 euros. So that's the beauty of reinvesting your dividends. And as you guys can see here, if we reinvest the dividends, we have 38,000 euros in yearly dividends, and really the snowball effect picks up like after close to 20 years. As you can see, this peak here is just getting bigger and bigger, and where the dividends you get paid out are bigger than the contribution we made. So that's pretty awesome. And if you're going to keep it up or step it up a level and say, okay, we invest 200 euros per month, so 2,400 euros, and we don't reinvest the dividends, after 10 years we have 1,500 euros, so the double. After 10 more years, we have 6,600 euros, and after 9 more years, we have 19,000 euros in yearly dividend without dividends reinvestment. So if you're going to change that and say, okay, we're going to reinvest our dividends that we get yearly, after 10 years, we can see we get yearly dividends of close to 1,900 euros. 10 years more, we can see we have contributed 48,000 euros and are going to get close to 13,000 euros per year in dividends. And after 10 more years here, 2055, we're going to get 75, close to 76,000 euros per year in dividends, which is pretty awesome. And as you guys can see here, we actually get more dividends paid than we have invested in the last 30 years. So that's pretty awesome. That's the big power of the snowball effect. As you guys can see here, after the 10, 20 years, the dividend snowball effect is really picking up speed, and the reinvested dividends are just pushing our whole portfolio much faster. So the key to growth is always number one priority is time. You need a long time horizon, otherwise the dividend, the snowball effect, can't really show its magic. So always keep patience. Always try to contribute every month as much as you can or as little as you can. Doesn't matter as long as you are patient and you have a long time horizon. And always try to reinvest the dividends if possible, and you will get the best results out of it. If you have any questions, just let me know and down in the comments below. Subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed, and I see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.